Hello and welcome everyone. It's day 3 of our challenge, and today we're going to be talking about closures, and we did a little bit of talking about that yesterday, but let me show you what I have so far going on. I did a little cleaning, so I moved things around. Okay, in the group, I've given you guys the measurements of both styles of folios. The one we did Friday night, I'm calling that one option 1, which is this one right here. And it's the one that has the flap that goes all the way down to the bottom. Okay. As you can see, it's an entire big flap, and you will need magnets for this one. This is option 1. Measurements. Hey, Miss Kim, how are ya? Spotlit desk. I did some cleaning. I can't work. My brain doesn't work when it's messy. So I turned my gray mat around and I put the glass mat because I'm pretty messy. Anywho, so this is option 1, and I've already decorated that. I put those pictures in the group, and then this is the measurements that you guys received that has this little flap that you will have to do that figure 8 closure. So today we'll talk about closures, and we'll talk about magnets. I did notice that the magnets that I got, as y'all saw live, hey, Miss Carrie, this is like not strong enough magnet. It's a little bit weak, and I ran out of the good one. I had to double up on this, to be honest, because it's not a very strong magnet. This is a Dollar Tree magnet. That's too thick of a magnet. I don't suggest that one. Okay. Let me turn. Got a little bit of a shadow here. Okay. So this is the instructions that you have, the measurements you have that you downloaded and copied. This is the measurements for this flap. Okay. This is a 6x8 right here. 6x8. Okay. So when you go to layer this, it'll be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. I put that breakdown for you guys as far as your layering. Okay. So you don't have to think about that. All right. Move that one aside. And Miss Carrie's doing a great, fabulous job on hers. All right. So this is what I came up with last night. I have yet to glue this down because we're going to talk about closures. Closures could be ribbon. It could be magnets. It could be Velcro. It could be whatever you want to do. If you do not have magnets, what you can do is before you glue that flap, if you know you don't have magnets, what you can do is before you glue the base, which is the flap, put a piece of ribbon over it, and that way you can close it. Or the other option is that before you glue this piece down, what you can do is take a piece of ribbon, center it, put it there. Actually, no, on the top. You can do it here and on the bottom, sorry, top and bottom. It's not going to be as pretty because this flap goes all the way down, right? So on this one's going to be a little bit trickier, but on this one for sure you can do it. Let me show you on this one. So if I was to do it on this one, I could put my ribbon, a piece glued here and a piece glued in the bottom, cover up with a piece of designer paper, and then I can tie it off, and that's a good closure. Or of course you can do your Velcro, but that would have to be before you glue down your designer paper. Okay, so this is what I came up with on mine. There, this is going to go. And remember, because we're opening, whatever you're going to lay in the inside has to be facing up. And then this is going to go here. And I went ahead and rounded my corners. And I'm thinking about rounding the corners on the base, which is the white cardstock. Okay, so that's going to go in like that. And so then this is a reverse waterfall, and that goes in like that. We still have days that we can add more layering pockets for the inside, but that's on another day. And then it flips up like that. Whoops. Okay. And then here we go. This is what I was talking about. If you don't have closures, magnets, you can attach a piece of ribbon. And as you can see, that ribbon is behind my decorative paper. See that? So before I put my designer paper down, I attach the ribbon. And again, within the next couple days, next couple weeks, we have till May. This is going to be a Mother's Day gift that you gift to somebody. And we're going to also work on making like a little box or a little something that you can add, put this album or folio into it and gift it to somebody. Okay. All right. So then over here is that one. You're very welcome. I don't know if I answered that. Okay. And then I see I got my little pencil mark. Always have erasers handy. Okay. And there's that. And then this one opens up like that. It's a reverse waterfall. Okay. A little teapot, flower in a garden. And there. So now what we have left is now we're going to work on these little flaps here today. And I had already selected those papers, but we need to put magnets on here. So let's grab, like I said, I've gone ahead and ordered again more magnets because I did a boo-boo. I don't suggest you get the Dollar Tree one because that's so thick. It's going to be really bumpy. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. All right. So I'm probably going to have to double this up because it's so thin. See that? It's very, very thin. My hands are really gross. I was cleaning, guys. Okay. So let's get a total of 4 of these thin ones because they really don't hold up. Especially since my cardstock is like 80 pounds. Separate those. Here's my phone, guys. This is the only phone I answer, remember, unless it's family. Emma's coming today, guys. I'm excited. She might, I might be live and she might be coming through that door. So, who knows? Let me get some lotion in my hands because kind of dry. I hope you guys have had your lunch. And if so, what did you guys have? I'll tell you what I had. I had tuna, mayonnaise, and cracker was my breakfast, lunch, brunch, I guess you want to call it, my brunch. Okay, so if we were to close this like that, I know that this flap is going to overlap there. So I need to put my magnet on this inside flap here in the inside and also here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Tell your daughter I said, thank you. I will do that. She turned 30 at 12:47 Eastern Standard Time, 11:47 my time. I feel old. I'm not going to lie. I feel old. I was just a baby. I had just turned 24 years old. A baby. I was telling her, I'm like, I was a baby having a baby. But thank you. And then you can also use Velcro if you want. Just make sure that Velcro is a really good adhesive Velcro. So let's go ahead and attach. This is 5A. If you read your instructions, I don't know if you can see that. Let me write that bigger. This is flap 5A in your 5A. Hey, Miss Joyce. Do you want me to show you what I've done so far? I put it in a group for you to see. So you know have an idea of what papers I used. Do you need me to do a run through? I can flip through it again. Go right center, and I'm eyeballing. Life is complicated enough. I don't want to sit here and complicate myself more. So I'm just going to eyeball it. Put too much glue there. All right. In the group, I put the pictures for you to see, and I tagged you on it. I kind of like my desk, my little, I flipped my Cricut mat around, and it's pink in the back. But I figured, all right, so we put the little magnet in. Now this is going to have to go over here. So it'll be on the flap here. So make sure you kind of align it down here so it's flushed. And what I'm going to do is going to put some glue here. Make sure this is perfectly aligned and flushed. Okay, that's very important. Let's hold it there for a bit. Velcro will go on designer paper, right? Yes, it will. You can put it on top of the designer paper. You can't put it behind the designer. It will go, and I can do a demo on Velcro, so you'll have an idea. So we'll do one of these pages with Velcro, so you can get an idea. So we did a closure with ribbon and a closure with magnet. I will do a demo on the closure with Velcro, just so you get an idea of how that will go as well. Basically, anything can be a closure. You can also get one of the brads with the prongs, and one of the pages will do a closure with brads. So you can get an idea of different things that you can use for closures. I'm trying to get that to glue because I put it really, really thick, and I don't want that to shift. So let's make sure. Okay. What did you guys have for lunch? Inquiring mind wants to know what was lunch for everybody. All right, I already cut these. If you are in the group, you're going to have these measurements. So this is flat 5A. And 5A, my decorative piece is always going to be whether you do option 1 or option 2. This is option 2. We already discussed that the measurements that you guys had was for option 2. This one, that's the figure 8. And that's another closure that we'll talk about. You haven't eaten yet. Why not? You got to eat. All right, so we are going to talk about that closure for this one. That's something we'll do. And we'll probably do that today so you get an idea of that closure as well. Okay, so this is going to be 5 3/4 by 3 3/8. And I'm thinking of this going here, and then this is going to go in the inside. So let's go ahead and glue that down. Move things around. I have a question. Absolutely. Hopefully I know the answer. Sometimes I know the answers. Sometimes I don't. But, we can wing it. Especially around this area, middle, I want to make sure we got plenty of, even though we have the adhesive from Scor-Tape. Oops. What is the measurement for 9B? 9B, it is, I have it right here. 9B, it is, you need two pieces that is 2 pieces are 5 5/8 by 6 1/2, and 4 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 6 1/2. And I'm going to show you here in a minute. Let me burnish this and we'll do that. Okay, so remember this is 6A and B. This is 7A and B. This is 8A and B. And 9A and B is this one here. And where's my ruler? What? What? Did I confuse you? All right. So, are you talking about the base or designer paper? I think you're talking about designer paper or base. Which one are you talking about? Are we going base? Okay. Yeah. No. I just gave you measurements for designer paper. All right. So for the base is 9A and B. It is 5 inches by 7. Wait, did I type that wrong? I typed that wrong. 5 inches. It's 5 inches by 6 3/4. 5 inches by 6. See my little, I saw my little boo-boo. Five inches by 6 3/4. 5 by 6 3/4 is your cardstock. So you're going to cut 6 3/4. I did. I know. I saw that. I'm sorry. I apologize. Y'all know my head has not been in the right state of mind. And I didn't see that. Okay, so your base is 6 3/4 is your base. And then you're scoring it at a 1/2 inch. Yeah, hold on. You know where I have it? Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, 6 3/4. All right. That is incorrect. We're looking at 5A, 9A. Sorry, Miss. 9A is 5 7/8 by 7 1/4. Right here. 9A is 5 7/8 by 7 1/4. That's the base. Okay. Right there. All right. And then on the sides, you want 9B. And then 9B, you're going to do 5 inches, right, by 6 3/4. You need two pieces that are 5 inches by 6 3/4. 5 by 6 3/4. Okay. I think that little 7 on the front is what confused you there. I saw that. I apologize. That's why it's always good to watch the video. There we go. Okay. I'll make that adjustment. Thank you for catching that. I was telling Carla, you're going to score on the 5-inch side. So here's my 5-inch right here. 5-inch. You're going to score it at a 1/2 inch on the 5-inch side. Okay. All right. And then your height, or your height of it should be, once you've scored this little flap, don't count the flap because that flap is a 1/2 inch. We already know that. But your base, once that flap is done, it should be 6 3/4 on your both flaps and your centerpiece. Okay. So this whole structure, once I've shut it and I folded that 1/2 inch flap down, it is 6 3/4. All right. I hope I cleared that. Okay. All right. We got that one. So that's what that looks like. But I have an issue with these magnets. They're not very strong. It's kind of like a little weak, but it's already down. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and put this little piece in here. Now I'm thinking of putting, with all the little scraps, these little 7/8 inch gussets. I'm probably going to cover those too, just because I don't like to see that. And remember to put your paper facing up, because if I'm looking at this right now, if I open this flap up, I want my paper, when I open it up, to be facing so that I'm looking at whatever it is. Okay. So everything is facing up. It sounds like a monster outside, guys. There's a beast outside. Sorry for you. You're fine. You're fine. That's a perfectly legit. And that was actually, you caught a boo-boo again. My fact, I was telling Carla, I need someone to help me type this stuff up, because me and my fingers, yeah, they don't type really well anymore. And then I guess I shouldn't be working when I'm tired either, late at night. But I do have so much going on during the day that to sit down and, oh, look at this. Look how that turned out. Isn't that cute? Still haven't finished decorating it, but I thought it came out really cute. See, that's where the magnet is not the best. Magnet is not as sturdy, but that is super cute. Okay, so here's this cardstock, the teapot that I'm going to be using. And again, this is where it's going to be facing up, the teapots. And that's going to go in here like that. Let me move. Thank you. I thought it turned out really cute. I'm like, okay, now I got to decorate it. Waste of glue. This is why I'm going to stop buying Fabri-Tac, because it's a waste of glue. All this guck that comes out for $17 a bottle. I'm going to stop buying it. I went through one entire bottle just doing this project. Waste of glue. I'm going to finish up what I have and not buy it anymore. All right, teapot's going up, removing our adhesive that we put in. There you go. There we go, teapot up. Up, 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 little teapot. Concentrate on where that, and I put double magnets in because those magnets are not very strong. All right, I am going to punch out these corners. I just think that it'll be prettier. There goes my rug. I just vacuum in here. All right, so we have that. Now we have our little guy that's going to go in here. Isn't he adorable? I think he's so stinking. He's Casey on that folio. Casey on a folio. All right. And I think whatever box I come up with, I'll try to make it simple, or maybe a bag. I don't know, maybe a bag or something. Like we can make a little gift bag if with the 8.5 by 11 cardstock of the paper. We can make a gift bag for this if you're gifting it, if you guys are interested in that, or maybe a box. You guys tell me in the comments. Do you guys want me to make a gift bag? Is that so adorable, guys? So we've completed this part here. Now we're going to work on our flaps here, and again I'm going to use double magnets because I don't have very good magnets. Let's do 4. I can get it out. Do you guys want to have oops, you guys want to place your folio? So this is going to go over here. So what we need to do is make sure everything is perfectly aligned. Nothing is badly shifted, you know. And then we're going to put our magnet, I'm thinking right straight in the middle here, but I need to make sure that this flaps over, give and take right about there. About there. No, not too long ago, I made an album box for my mom. Aww. So pretty. I think that these are, I think these kind of gifts, like I have albums that I've given. I had to find the album I made Carla when she turned 15. And she still has it. In fact, let me see if I find it. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a quick little second. Hold on. This is just one of the albums that I made her when she turned 15. I don't know where the other one is. I'll have to look, but I know she has it probably in her house. Now, this is like 15 years ago. 15 years ago, May. I used to do a lot of these flowers, and was this? This is not one that I did. This is like one I did for the family. So there was, look, it's the glue is coming undone, as you can see. The butterflies are backwards because it's been, oh, and the butterflies are breaking. Oh, but that's my kids in Arizona. Hey, that was in Arizona. Oh, look at Nani. Eric in his military gear. I had to find the one that I did when Nani being shy and Ito, my son. Carla. It's Ito. Carla. This is Ashley's, Eric's oldest daughter. And another little paper flower that I made. And it was an accordion album. Look at that. If you guys want to learn how to make this, I can show you guys how to make that. But this is 15 years ago, May. This was in Arizona, 2010, when we lived there. We were there. Okay, back to work. I'll find the other one that I did for Carla when she turned 15, because that's not it. All right, magnets. Hey, I don't know if I said hi, Erin, but if I didn't, I apologize. Hi, Erin. Hi, girl. Hey, girl. How are you? All right, we got a double magnet here. My chat is quiet today, guys. Are you guys all right? Are you guys all right? Let's grab my. There's another denim album that I made. Oof, back then. You're cutting. You're busy. Okay, I won't disturb you while you're cutting, because I know how that is when you're like focused on trying to do something. Magnet on top. Flap it over. Make that impression. That way I know it's there. This is the easiest way I can figure this out. I know I'm a little backwards. That's a little bit off. Perfect. Okay. Back. All right, let's cut these, and then let me write notes so I know I can give you guys. And I'm only giving the measurements for these to the group. Let's see. So I will give you guys these measurements. So we're talking about 2A. And remember, we always remove a 1/4 inch. I had to order a new Tim Holtz. Why? Because it is gotten grungy. You're paying attention to me. 5 7/8. We're going to go 5 5/8. We need one piece. And this is designer paper. Okay. And I've already selected my papers for that, remember? I'm just writing these measurements down. And then I will type them up. I'm going to have to probably need somebody to help me with typing. That I can give them the measurements, like say, hey, I have this, because my brain sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but I know I talk about menopause a lot, but I have it in my head. I see it written down, but when it gets to the keyboard, I inadvertently do things different. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to do this. Okay. Do you have autofocus or blurry? I don't know. Let me check. I don't think so, but let's double check. No, it's not on. It might be my glass. I wonder if it's the glass. Is it blurry to all of you guys? Because I don't have autofocus on. Let me check it might be Eric. Because Eric, hey, Mike. Does it look blurry to you guys? It could be the glass because the reflection from the glass. And I just put the glass because it's easier to clean up than the matte. The matte's what's getting beat up. But is it, maybe I need to find something to take off the glare. I don't know what I could put on it. Hey, Clint. All right, so 2B, we need 2B, we need that one. We need 2. And then we need 1. They should be all the same. 1, 2, 3. So we need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for this one here, I guess I could measure it over here, huh? Let's measure my prototype. This one. I'm quiet right now because I'm working on this measurement. So just bear with me. 2A back. You know, I can't get distracted when it comes to measurements. Folder 1. We got that one. Okay. All right. I did this one a little bit different because I put this in the inside and I should have put it in the back side, but that's all right. We're going to go. We need 2 of these, 1, 2, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 2 of these and 4 of those. Okay, this one I did it a little bit different. If you can see, I have 3 layers this way. Go whoop, whoop, whoop. So that was option number 2, but we're doing option 1. And I'll give you the measurements for option 2. This is the one we did live. Okay, let's grab our papers. Oh wait, we got to do this one too, and this one is 3A, and this one is 4 1/4. 3 1/4 DP. Let's double check that. Yes. And yes, correct. All right, and we already decided. I'm trying to glue my pages together, so I'm not ready. I'm not really in the chat. Who's double checking all these measurements? Hey, when you move it blurry. Really? It might be because of the glare, I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's the glare. That's what I'm thinking. It could be the glare from the mat. I wonder if I move the mat, it'll. Let me move the mat. Maybe that'll help. Where's my glue? I wouldn't be double checking anything right now because my head is not. No, it's actually pretty good today. I'm not as chaotic as I was in the last couple days because I was under a lot of stress. Is that better? Maybe. That's a little dirty, but is that better? Try. I like the pink background of this. I'm trying to preserve it so it doesn't get ruined because I like the pink. Okay. All right, these are all the little scraps that I cut from this, and we're going to use these for, we have a lot of stuff that we need. You don't know yet. Let's see if I keep moving. Maybe it's, I don't know, because I don't have autofocus. I don't know if StreamYard has anything like that. Let me check the StreamYard. I'm not aware of StreamYard having any autofocus preset on their stuff, but I will double check. Let's see. I don't think so. Let's check on settings on StreamYard. You don't think it's better? Visual effects, maybe. This is not blur. Is that better? That's too warm. You can do vintage. Look at that. Hey, no, that's ugly. Do you want me to put the glass back on? Okay, I had pre-selected these, so we're going to cut these, and I labeled in the back. So this is 2A back, which would be these here. So that's going to go here. So let's go ahead and work on that one since we already got the I had to order a new paper trimmer. You want me to put the glass mat? I had to order a new paper trimmer because my Tim Holtz Tonic Studio, this is the second Tonic Studio. I had one that I used to sell in the store when we had the store. And then they stopped making the blades for that. And of course, I don't have the store anymore. And then I got this other one, I don't know, a year or so ago. And now they're not even making those blades either. So it's like, damn if you do and damn if you don't. So I can't find the blade for this. Because they discontinued it. All right, so we decided 2A, my measurements here, and I'm going to cut off my bottom. We've already put the magnet in. I think it's more to do with your light source. It could be. And my window, and this is, let me turn off this light because then I can't see, and that's a problem. Okay. My window's right over here. And I really can't do much about that. Because then I can't see. The light causes shadows. Yeah. I can't move. That's something I can't fix that one because my where my window is, I changed the desk because it was worse than this for me to see, and then I was getting a really bad glare, and then now I got shadows. A quarter. Right, we want to have some of this window, but we also want the bike. I think that's good. Fair enough. Fair. All right, now we're gonna go 8. We're gonna go right around here. Punch this one out. It looks clear right now. Yeah, I closed the one curtain that I have. Maybe that's where I'm gonna have to probably do evenings to avoid the window situation, because it's clearly the only light source that I have in the room. And oh, that's so pretty. I love I love that, guys. That is so pretty. Okay, and then we're gonna do, remember we save these because we can make little belly bands and all that. Everything we're using, we're saving, and we're gonna use it. So let's work on now 2B. Oh, I had used this one for my flat, but I changed it. So that's for the other album though. And that's for this one and this one. And this one's 2B. So we're going to go with this one with 2B. Oh, it's clear now. Okay. And then this is 2B inside. Front. And 2B. So these are the ones I've selected. 2B inside, 2A. All right. So I'm going to put this over here because that's for my flap. And let's see how I want this. I want that one there. Cascades that way. And so cascade Mike, you need to do, because new case out of North Dakota. A lady is in our county jail on murder charges from what? Are you serious? Oh my God, we need to talk about that. That is insane. How did they find it? Could you want to jump on? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you busy? We need to talk about that. Okay, do we want hearts? Do we want this? That's insane. That is crazy. All right, let's do this. All right, we're going to go with this one, which is 2B. Let's trim this off. That's crazy. Her own daughter. I'm in the kitchen. Okay. That's not telling me anything, Mike. It just means that you're in the kitchen, but you're not. How do they determine this? Okay. I watched some of the Texas trial today. How did that go? I'm going to go at 8.25. What did they do on the Texas trial? Oh, I just got that wrong. See, I shouldn't have been talking. Oh, we got another one. I wanted a dragonfly, but I just kind of, let's print another one. I just kind of cut that. Talking about finding her in the water and the autopsy. Oh, that is so sad. Is the stepmom, it's the stepmom attending? Is she going? Because I know they got a divorce. Hold on, I got to print this one page. For DNA, they exhumed the baby to get DNA to see if they can locate any family, and they found the mom. Oh my God. Okay, so it was an infant. Is that what you're saying? She was an infant? The mom killed an infant? She would have been 45 years old. Shame on her. Hold on, guys. I got to print one page because I did a oopsie and cut. Where's my dragonfly? Oh, there you are. You're so cute. You're so cute. I like you. Yes, and the mom are sitting together. I think dad is sitting behind them. Oh, so this is what I don't get. It appears that the little girl was living with the dad. Am I not right about that case? Okay, we're cutting all these at 8.25. I can't get distracted on this one here. Yes, it was an infant. So how did they determine that she killed him? I mean, how did they determine that she killed her infant? I'm not sure. But he did S8 her, right? He did, in fact, essay her. I want to get my dragonflies in here. So we're going to try that. Flip this around this way. At least we got some dragonflies in here. Party! All right, that goes there. And then it's going to go cascading like that. And then we have all those. And then we're going to go with this one. He did creep. Oh my God. Infant was found in the woods and autopsy shows death by strangulation and the baby was wrapped in plastic sheeting. Oh my God. Okay, so they found the baby about when? You got to give us more details. You're going to have to jump on this panel. So on Tanner, clearly he had full intentions of essaying the little girl. So he kidnapped her probably because he wanted to essay her. It's what I'm thinking. He had clear intention from the get-go. April of 1981. Holy moly. They couldn't link the baby to anyone in 1981 because DNA was not really a strong thing. So they exhumed the child and tried now. And the mom was living a whole new life. Are you effing serious? Like, that is utterly insane. That is like mad crazy. I think we're going to do this one on 2B. Yeah, we're going to do this one back here like that. Yeah. So we'll do this at 8 1/4. So when they, I don't know if you guys heard the one case of the lady that disappeared for like over 30 years and they just found her. I think in like North Carolina, South Carolina, one of those places. I don't know if you guys heard about that one, but I thought that one was also insane. Okay, this one's going to go in the back. So we're going to cut this one at 8 1/4. But we want our little stool to be part of the deal. Yeah, she was living in Arizona and went to college up here. Oh, so she was probably like a teenage mom or something like that, or she didn't want, it's one of those cases where she got knocked up and she was ashamed and didn't want to tell people and hid the pregnancy from people. Is she one of those cases? Yes, she wanted to disappear. Aww. All right, and then this one's going to be 5 5/8 because this is going to go in the inside. Okay, let's see what we got going, guys. All right. I have to trim this one a little bit. And we're going to have to go 5 1/8 option. Option 5 1/8. That's the maybe we don't know. She literally just got arrested. Wow. How old was she? Did she even, I mean, the fact that she went all those years, she went in, had a baby, and she probably thought, you know, no one will know. No one will ever find out. She went on with her life and like nothing happened. You know, that almost happened in Delaware right after I had Carla. There was a gas, not a gas station. It was like I think it was a car wash Someone went early morning hours. Had they done it like maybe an hour or so, the baby would have survived. There's a new serial killer on trial in Florida. Ooh, a black man. Ooh, we're gonna have to read all that. So they caught this serial killer though, right? He's not like on the loose or anything like that. Okay, guys, if we're doing option 1, which is the one with the long flap, our back panel, which is originally 2A back, we mounted 2B on top. We're gonna have to cut the inside 5 1/8 by 8 1/4, and that's going to go in like that. Okay, just so you know, I will make sure you guys have these measurements. Okay, so anyway, going back to this case in Delaware, whoever it was dumped the body in the trash can of this car wash place, and no one ever found who it was. I mean, no one found if it was a traveler coming through, because Delaware is such a small little tiny state. I'm going to move my paper cutter. And a Mormon family adopted the deceased body of the child. They gave it a name and gave it a burial spot. But it was really really sad because they never found who dumped that baby. Had it been dumped maybe because of the heat and in a trash can, the baby was dumped in there alive. It was fairly newborn. Had it been dumped like maybe an hour before, the workers would have saved the baby, but they weren't able to save it. No, so scary. So too many out there. I know, Joyce. There's an unknown one in Denver too, a body dumper. Is that one active, or is that one, have they not caught that? I know here in Texas there's a one by the lake that keeps killing people. 10/2/1960 is her date of birth. Ooh, so she's 11 years older than me. So that makes her 66. No, yeah, 66. Almost 66. So she went on about her life. Like, I mean, was she having a good life? Was she like a decent person? Not, let me rephrase that. She's not a decent person, because instead of giving that baby up to someone who could take care of it, she took the easy road out and did the most god awful thing anyone could possibly do to an innocent infant who's defenseless. But what I'm saying is that she went on about her life, had a career, a job, whatever. Okay, so for inside 2B, we got these panels. You're going to cut out 4 of these at 4 1/2 by 8 1/4. And I chose this one to coordinate with that. I'm working on the inside of 2A with 2B flaps. Some of these people are just sick. I mean, I'm telling you, sick as mofos. Especially when it has to be like involving a child. It's really, really sick. Because a child, it's a defenseless creature, or not a creature, but you know what I mean. A child is defenseless. They can't defend themselves, especially when it's an infant. Just like that one mom who left her child in the house by herself, her infant child, while she went on vacation. And the child died in its own feces and all that. There's one case, oh my God, we were listening into a podcast, Nani and I, of one young girl, and you could clearly tell. I'll have to ask Nani when she comes here. You can clearly tell that she's on some type of a drug, but she's probably going through postpartum depression. It was clearly visible with her, just by how she was acting. She had a adopted mom who was trying to help her, but she basically had 2 kids, and one of them died in the crib, and she didn't know what to do. She was partying it up and just going freaking apeshit, not knowing what to do, and it was a crazy case. We don't know much about her life yet, but I'm sure that'll come in light. Okay, you'll have to send me the information on Facebook. We need to like have like a little thing about this stuff, because that one there is a crazy case. That you go on your life, you possibly started an entire new family, you went on about your business like you didn't do anything 45 years ago. How can you go to sleep at night knowing you did this to an innocent little child? Like, people make me sick sometimes. All right, maybe I'll cut this one here. Even if a child is taken care of, federal change, bathe, man, go back. Even if the child is taken care of, fed, changed, bathed, etc., still perish without human contact. Yeah. Well, that's not what happened with that one. The mom left. I mean, instead of calling her mom and saying, "Mom, can you watch my kid?" She went out vacation, having margaritas under the sun. You know, I think she went to Puerto Rico. In fact, she wasn't from Puerto Rico. She was from El Salvador, I believe. But anyway, she went partying because she met a guy online and thought that, you know, this baby in her crib could take care of herself. We're going to go with that one there. So definitely that one there. Nancy Jean Trier is her name. Okay, I got to look that up. Hold on. To look that up. Did I put anything on magnets here? Anything about knits here? Not. Okay. It's crazy. I'm gonna go probably. Sorry, I'm thinking, having a little bit of thinking, but no, we're gonna go with the hearts. Oh, I thought she was from Atlanta. The mom who went on a cruise left her baby. Yeah, yeah, it could have been Atlanta, but she's originally not from this country. That I think they interviewed the mom. I thought for some reason it was somewhere in Ohio or somewhere, Michigan, one of those places, you know, up there. I mean, it could have been. I'm gonna go with this one here. It's a possibility. Guys, I have to say this collection is beautiful. I must say, it is a beautiful collection. It is absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love this collection. Not because I designed it, but because I think it's beautiful. There's a really good possibility it happened more than once. Are you serious? Oh my God. Oh my God. So this Nancy could have possibly had more children. There was someone like that in Utah. Wait, there was a Utah case that we need to talk about. And this happened back when we were in Wyoming, I believe. where she was popping out all these babies, and happened to the line of, May, I just found my magnets and they sent me the small ones. I was, oh my God. See, it's not just me. It's just not. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's not just me. I'm not the only crazy one here. No, it's actually Amazon told us to do it. Okay, so in Utah, there was a case similar to that, where a woman was having all these babies, and I guess something happened. I have to research it again because it happened a couple years ago, and you guys know my brain. Anyway, she was having all these kids, and apparently she was burying them in her house or putting them in the freezer, I think, or something like that, to that extent. No dorkish, a mom leaving their kids at home. No dorkfish. Oh, oh, you mean the mom leaving her kid at home. I gotcha now. See, got excited. I thought that maybe, but there is a case like that in Utah. In fact, let me look it up, where a mom was killing her children, her unborn or they were born, but Utah mom. And put them in a freezer. I think she was putting them in a freezer. I can't remember. It's a very old case. Utah mom that killed her babies and put in freezer. And I think something happened along the lines. I don't know if she. Okay. Megan Huntsman, who killed 6 of her unborn children, stored their remains in her garage. Huntsman specifically used cardboard boxes. That's right. She would go through the whole pregnancy, which was the insane part. She would go through the whole pregnancy. It was in Houston. Really? Is that close? I could have sworn she was more up Michigan, Ohio, the lady from El Salvador. And then she went to Puerto Rico or something like that. Was arrested April 29th after leaving her 2 young children, ages 6 and 8. Oh, no, no, no. That's another case. Alone in her apartment for 5 days while she went on a cruise. No, this one was an infant, and it was a lady from El Salvador, I believe. She went to Puerto Rico. The little girl had to be maybe 2-ish. Okay, this one here was very crazy. So this one, she had about 6, and it may have been more. But it happened in the crimes between 1996 and 2006. Huntsman's murdered 6 of her unborn children by strangling and suffocating them, and then she would put them in a shoebox. The 7th infant found at the scene was determined to be stillborn. The discovery in April of 2014, her estranged husband, Darren, discovered the remains in a garage while cleaning. He was later confirmed by DNA tests to be the father of all 7 infants. Motives of Huntman stated she was heavily addicted to meth and alcohol during the decade and didn't want the babies because she could not afford both her addiction and the children. Sentenced in 2015, Huntsman was sentenced to up to life in prison, specifically for 6 terms of 5 years to life. According to Utah Department of Correction, she is currently incarcerated at the Utah State Correctional. I know it does. It happened to that one in Delaware. Let me see if I can find that one case in Delaware. Hold on, because that one happened when I was living there, and it was so sad. And they did a whole funeral. This Mormon family adopted the baby, gave it a name. They even gave it a little. I went to the little cemetery, for the whole thing that they did for it. Delaware baby found in trash can in Delaware. And was it called? It was a car wash. It was in 1996. A baby found in a trash. I don't think they ever determined who it was. So the case you're likely referring to is a high-profile 1996 case of Amy Grossberg and Brian Peterson, who were college students at the state of Delaware, and they were charged with the murder of their unborn son, whose body was found in a dumpster in a motel. No, that's not that one. Nope. That one's another case, but this one was in Smyrna, Delaware. Sorry, guys. Because you know now they have. I never found baby found in trash and car wash in Smyrna. They may have found the murder because they were trying for the longest time finding who dumped that baby. It's a cold case. I'm not sure it's been posted not yet. I just saw while it was reading something else. I'm not sure. At least this beautiful baby girl is going to get some justice. Nope, that's not her. I have to find it. I think Carla was just a baby. Might have not. May not be. Okay, wait a minute. It's ironic that May is crafting beautiful life scenes, and we're talking. You know, yeah, Joyce. Sadly, it does. Hence, why my pickup reminds me to check my back seat for strangers. That's true. I always have a fear of someone jumping in the back of my car. And I think that comes back from watching a lot of scary movies. My stepdad would make us watch it. I didn't like to watch them. Okay, so now we're going to go with the inside flap here. We are going to do this here, and we also have to do the back here. So it's coming along really, really pretty, guys. But look what we got. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes, we are crazy. Yeah, I agree. We are crazy. We are like that. It's coming out extremely beautiful. Okay, so we decided we're going to do this for 3A flap. And then we're going to do that here. And then we're going to use this one for the inside polka dots. Polka dots and stripes, that's my favorites. Well, you know, it could be worse. We could be having dinner, eating, and talking about a gruesome murder case, you know. It could be that, or it could be, you know, okay, we're going to cut this at 8 1/4. We're going to cut it at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Like so. 8 1/4. Like so. And that's going to go like that here. Did I cut that wrong? I may have cut that wrong. Okay. And then let me double check that. 1.5. going to go 1 1/4. 1 1/4. I was eating, hence in the kitchen. Well, I'm pretty darn sure, Mike, that you can eat through the worst of times. I mean, you don't seem to be the kind of guy that would get grossed out by a simple little case like what we're talking about. I'm pretty sure you don't have that kind of a stomach, right? Okay, so we cut this one at 4 1/4 by 8 1/4, and then we're going to go here and here, figure that out. So that one, it should measure 2 inches. Yep, it does. Yep, it does. Perfect. And now we're going to go here, and we're going to go actually 3/4 of an inch. You guys see how I am when I'm not stressing about certain things? Guys, Emma might be walking in soon. You guys excited about seeing Emma? I know I'm excited about seeing Emma. Trying to convince Carla to let her stay for a whole week. Because that way I can have crafting with Emma. I'm not sure I can get a whole lot of crafting done because she's probably going to ransack my desk. All right, we're going to go center is 4 1/8. But again, always double check your measurements. That is far more important than why not just trace it, May? Aw, probably because I want to have 1/8 of an inch marking. That's probably why. Oops. That's probably why, Mike. Because I'm leaving 1/8 of an inch border. I mean, if you want to do it that way, that's entirely up to you. You can do that. And this is where I have to hold my breath and hope for the best. Hope for the best. That's the same when you're wrapping it to when you're, trimming it. Drop that in. You know what we haven't done in a while? You know what we haven't done in a while? Can someone guess? Someone that knows me for a long time. Tell me what it is that we have not done in a while. Well, I know I haven't crafted in a hot minute until recently, but what is one thing that I used to do a lot and I have not done in a while? Can someone tell me? Let's cross our fingers and hope this is perfect. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I amaze myself sometimes, guys. All right, let's do the same thing for the inside. Let's double check our measurements because we have to always use the same ruler. All right, okay. Drunk karaoke? No. I would like to see you drunk. I think we have seen you drunk. I think we have. I think we have a little bit. We've had at one time or another. I think I'm speculating that you were drunk. I'm not sure if you were. I'm just speculating. Start singing about how every girl needs a thug. Shabby Chic. There you go. A fabric album. We haven't done one of those in a while. What it is, ho, what's up? I love that song. That's Penny and I's theme song. That's the theme song. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? If you didn't know, now you know. How long have we? Oh, we've been here for an hour and 26 minutes, and we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. Look at that. We put some closures in. Oh, I didn't do magnets, so I'm going to do magnets on the other. I'm not magnet, Velcro. On my little sample one. And I'll show you how that goes. Okay, okay. I told you I know you the best. You do. Yeah, do. You do. You do. You do. And Miss Joyce knows me too, because Miss Joyce knows how many cups of coffee I have, Miss Joyce. I think Miss Joyce has also been around since Joyce, Penny, then the crack of dawn, Miss Patricia. Y'all see me gray. Y'all haven't seen my gray hair, have you? You guys see my gray hair? I'm completely gray. Well, not completely. I still got some hair, black hair coming in, but I just sworn I had it here, but it's buried here somewhere. Too many. You're right. Okay, guys. I will tell you, we're going to cut, and this is just homework for you guys. I'm not going to do it. Okay, you're going to cut a piece for your spine that is 7/8 of an inch by 8 1/4. Okay, and you're going to need one, and you're going to need 2, 3 pieces like that. Okay. We can see your gray hair every time you lean forward. Oh, you can? Oh, yeah, there you go. It's from, it's wisdom. It's wisdom. Dorkfish. How rude. How rude. You're lucky I like you, Mike. You lucky. You lucky, lucky. Okay, we got to make sure where that one is. We're going to put a lot. So you basically, you're just going to take off 1/8 of an inch. I don't know if I said that. It's 1 3/4 on each side for your designer paper, and you're going to mark at 4 1/8. But always double check. That's very important, because if you happen to have a paper trimmer that doesn't always cut accurate, you might run into issues. Scammer? Arse Bandit? What is that? Jamie Taylor Kicker? Who's that? Visitor? Oh my God. Arse Bandit? I don't know who Jamie Taylor is, but welcome, Jamie. You're about to meet You are about to meet the band button. And we already know where that comes from, but you know, thank you. Have a good day. Wonderful life. C'est la vie. Wow. Wow. That's all I got to say. Wow. Wow. Mhm. Brand new channel that decided to be a troll. I know, right? Let me have a little think. Mike, you're good. All right, guys. It looks wonderful. And with all these little scraps, here's what you're going to do for homework. You're going to cut. Let's do this together. I am going to cut a 7/8 inch for the spines by 8 1/4. You need a total of 3. Let me see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Okay. Just make them different colors, you know. I think I'm going to go with this one for the inside. What do you guys think? No, we're going to go, we're going to continue with polka dots. Brand new channel. Oh my God. I feel so privileged. Oh my heavens. Look at my tone of sarcasm. Oh my God. Right? Like my tone. No, 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 no. I made it to the big times, guys. I got a troll. Hold up. I'm here. I smell trouble. Ah, you smell trouble. No, not us. We never have trouble. Only on days at NY. I'm trying to get this. See, that's the only problem I have with doing it exactly 7/8 here, because this trimmer is not accurately, it's not giving me an accurate cut. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem there. Let's do something. Let's be Harry, click the channel and go to the channel and click the 3 dots to the top right. Oh yeah, you can see when the channel was built. Yeah, we got it clicked. Sniff harm. It doesn't bother me, guys. I was expecting it. I was expecting it. I was expecting it. I was expecting it. Bum ba dum bum. Bum ba dum bum. Let's see if I can do it this way. I have to mark it because this trimmer is not accurately the best right now. It's not acting in the best interest of me. And so I don't have anything to clamp. Hopefully that is correct. Let's see. That is correct. So basically I just have to measure it, because otherwise I'm not going to get accurate measurements. But for the most part, you guys have a homework assignment. Well, I do need to show you the Velcro before I go anywhere. You see my gray hair? You like my gray hair? That comes from wisdom. Mi no pendeja. It's called wisdom. I wish this had like a little lock mechanism because it would make life a little bit better for me. Hopefully that is correct. Yeah. Okay, good. There and there. And then for the outside, that will be probably, I don't know if I want to do this one because for the outside, I'll figure it out later because that's your homework assignment. You guys have to figure out your papers, and that'll be tomorrow, day 4. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you real quick Velcro on this one here. So let's decorate. I'm going to decorate one of these. Let's decorate this flap and this bottom flap. Oh, I have to show you guys this one. Oh, that'll be a tomorrow thing because otherwise today we're already running overlap longer than we're supposed to. Don't want to put a Velcro there. I got to show you guys that. We have to do that like in a video, a 30-minute video or something. Hold on, guys. I'm getting messages. Okay, let's do this one here. No, one that's a little easier to cover. I know that has covered these with magnets. Oh, I now have magnet on. I have magnet on everything. Great. I'll give you a tutorial on how to put a magnet. For instance, I'm just going to grab a notepad and you guys can get an idea of what we're going to do. Okay, so pretend this is my my piece that I've already, say for instance, this is the decorative paper. So for Velcro, you're just going to put the Velcro right on top of whatever it is. And I have one on sandwiched it on top, one on top of the other, right? And say I put this on here like so already, and this is my flap, and then I'm going to have the overlapping flap, right? And so what I would do is I center it and then boom, like that, press down. Now you have your Velcro, but you have to let it sit. With Velcro, the only thing I can tell you is you're going to have to press down hard. Can you see me now? You have large magnets. Do you have these magnets? Because these magnets are the Dollar Tree one, and I don't recommend them for albums. Okay, so press down on it hard, right? And then once you let it, then you can do that. See? But you have to put it on the decorative paper. You can't put it on like we do here. Like I could not put it here without it covering it already. You have to put the paper first and then the Velcro. Okay. Does that make sense? Paper, designer paper, and then Velcro. Because otherwise you'll hide it. But it works. Oh, here's a, oh, I can't. Here. I haven't put, oh no, wait, I haven't decorated that one either. Trying to think, I already got magnets on here. I haven't decorated this one yet. But that makes sense, right? Paper, designer paper, one on top of the other, and then just, and it's a strong magnet. I got these from Dollar Tree, so they're strong. I mean, not magnet, Velcro. Okay, so what I'm going to do is probably do a quick video on how to put the eyelet if you've done option 2, because for this one, you're going to have to get a circle punch that is probably this one here. Let me punch it out. And this is 110 pound cardstock. So what I would do is I would punch out 4 of these circles. Is what I would do. You want it to be, because you're constantly pulling on this, you need something that is sturdy, right? I would sandwich these up. This is if you're going to do that other closure, this policy holder. Sandwich it up really good. Home Depot, Lowe's magnets. I didn't know that they had magnets in Home Depot. Well, not the kind that we use for albums. Okay. Then what I would do is find your center point on this. Okay. Your homework, and I want to go over day 4. We're almost at day 4. Homework is going to be tomorrow. What we're doing is create, attach a first pocket. Oh, tomorrow we're going to be making pockets. Yoo-hoo! Tomorrow is pocket day. So we're going to be using all those scraps tomorrow. All right, so you can decide if you want to add a really pretty, because you don't want it just white, right? If you have a smaller one, you can find, I'm just going to sample a lot of all these. Here, I pretty much bamboozled this one. Really, I'll have to check that. I did not know that. Hardware store sells magnet. Yes, hee. Okay, I'm sandwiching these in, and notice that I put a lot. So I got 2 pieces of the 110 pound cardstock, and then I put a decorative because I just want it to be pretty, you know. And then I'm going to get my crocodile and 2 eyelets. It's pretty easy. I'm sure you guys know how to do this, but this is just another closure. Since we're talking about closures today. Anything can be a closure, a brad. And with a brad, Clint did a really good one yesterday, which basically if you take a piece of brad and you put it like that, you can have, like if I was to cut just as a closure. Where's my scissors? Say you put a brad here. You can use this as a closure. Let me get a brad. Of course, I'm never prepared, but I think you guys are already used to that. All right, say for instance, I want to attach this and make it a closure. I can glue it or attach it. And then that will close it, you know, that would close whatever it is you are trying to close. So for instance, if I attach it like that, see, it'll hold it right there in place. So it could be a closure like that as well. So you can do that if you take, for instance, this one here. I'm gonna have to work on this one and show you. You can like fold this over and make like a little belly band and then put that there, you know, punch it all the way through before you have to punch the hole all the way through and then use it as a little closure. I know it's kind of hard explaining it, but that's just an idea that you can use brad as well for closures. Okay, and this is where I am not good at finding the center point. It's like finding Nemo. And I might fail miserably at this, but I need to. You did it. You did it. I think that looks centered. What do you guys think? Let's do it together so we're not. I kind of put both together so I'm not trying to mess something up. And I know you can align this up to measures, but I can never get that right. I'm an eyeballer. And and I have the eyelet here. And then you get the eyelets. Now you will probably have to, like for instance, once your decorative paper is set in stone, you can do it that way. Or what I would do, so you're not messing up your main base, I would just do that and glue it. That's what I would do. Why would I do it that way? Because I'm notorious for screwing it up. And although it's just paper, and you can always fix things up, but basically what I would do is that. Set it like that, and then you can take your string. I would put it in like maybe twine, put it in, glue it, or you can put your twine right in here, and then once you punch it, you already have it tied in. And then you can do your figure 8. Oops, sorry, off camera. There was another one? There was 2 trolls? Wait a minute. We had 2 trolls. Are you serious? Yeah. And let me explain something here. All right. Are you serious? Oh my God, I was so busy over here cutting. I didn't even notice that. Well, they wanted my 5 seconds of attention. They didn't get it because I wasn't paying attention to them. I love that. I love how that worked out. All right. This is what I mean. Let me get some twine. I have some twine sitting here. I'm probably not going to use this, but I'm just showing you. What did they say? I didn't even say. I didn't even. It's like childish. Come on now. Was the account new too? Center. May I send a message saying you had more than one trial? Oh, okay. I didn't see the message, hon. I did not see it. I apologize. Okay, go there. And then what I would do, if you want to throw in your twine, what I would do is I would wrap this twine, figure out how much you're going to need. Grab your eyelet. Oops. I got to pick that up before Emma comes home. Put your twine in like so through the hole. Right? Hold it. Hold it in place. Put your eyelet in like that. Okay. And then squeeze it. And that way you already have it already. And then just trim this little tail off. And then all you have to do is now you can, I got to find that eyelet before Emma gets a hold of it. Where it went. Okay. So then all you have to do is you put the one with the thread on top, center it, make sure it's centered like so. And then all you have to do is glue this down, and bada bing, bada boom, you wrap it around. Does that make sense to you guys? And then all you have to do is boom. Mike is a quick draw. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Does that make sense? That's another closure for you. Velcro, eyelets, magnets, ribbon, brads. Those are all wonderful closures. Let me check. Hold on. I'm checking what Mike wrote. Oh, that's crazy. I'm not understanding what. I'm like, whatever. Thank you, Mike. All right, so there you have it. We did that. All right, guys. So tomorrow we're going to make our pockets. And I'm going to go ahead and save that because we're going to probably use it. I got to make that one. So tomorrow we're going to make pockets. And I'm excited about that because we have a lot of scraps that we've made. Also, for your homework assignment, what I want you guys to do is, for those of you guys that are working on this, is go ahead and cut your 7/8 of an inch by 8 1/4 pieces that are going inside like so for front and back. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this because I already have it. So I'm going to do that before I let you guys go. I think it's coming out really, really cute. And I'm glad that I'm doing this because it's kind of make me going back to thinking about, you know, I mean, I've been talking about closures. And had I not done this, it's been so long for me. It's making me think outside the box. We're going to put that inside so it fits right snug between those little pieces that we have, the gussets. You're going to cut also pieces for these, I think. I think it'll be pretty to kind of, you know, dress it up. And put there and there. There we go. Okay. So we have that, and that. Oh, it's so cute. So we need to put a flap. We're going to cut a piece for here. I think it'll be cute because we got to decorate it all up. And then here. So for your homework assignments, you're going to cut 4 pieces that are 7 1/8 by 8 1/4, 7/8 by 8 1/4, 4 pieces for inside and out. And then you can also do this one if you want. It's also 7/8. No, this one's going to be, because this one's a little bit thinner. So this one is going to be 5/8 by 5 3/4. Okay, you need 2 pieces. 5/8 by 5 3/4. Cute. Super, super cute. And then you can also want to cut 4 pieces for the inside of these as well. 5/8, 4 pieces that are 5/8 by 5 3/4 for these inside flaps. But look at that. And tomorrow we're making pockets. You guys excited? I'm excited. Cute. Tomorrow's day 4. Day 4. You guys did it. We did it together, and I'm glad you guys are here for this journey. I will see you guys. I'm going to get off here because I'm going to clean up before Emma gets here, but I will see you guys tomorrow. In the event that Emma's a little bit, because I have Emma, if tomorrow is Tuesday, if Eric doesn't have anything to do and he's willing to watch Emma for just an hour or so, I'll jump in. If not, definitely it'll be tomorrow night, okay? Because then all hands on wheels with Emma, because Nani will be home after 7. So, so definitely, if it's not going to be tomorrow at 1, I will keep you guys posted. It'll be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central, because that way I have Eric watching her and Nani helping watching her, okay? All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Homework, don't forget. And tomorrow is pockets. Get excited, because I am. Bye.